Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Trevor with Maker Experiment, and in today's video, we're going to be making some Halloween pumpkins. Let's get into it. For this project, I'm going to be using 1/8 inch MDF. It actually measures 0.126 inches thick, which is going to be important later. I'm also going to be using my Epilog Fusion Maker laser in order to laser cut all the parts, and my LOGOJET printer in order to print the design onto the pieces. You don't have to have these tools in order to make this project. You can do it using a jigsaw or scroll saw or other type of method, and you can do all the coloring with either transfers or painting it by hand, whatever it might be. But without further ado, let's get into the project. First, let's talk about the design. I've split this design into 3 different layers. The first layer is the laser cut layer. You will see that they have a notch on the left one going up and the other one going down. This is what helps them interlock. The width of this gap has to be the thickness of your material. If you're using thicker or thinner material, you would have to change how big this gap is. I have the UV printing template, so this is just the outline of the pumpkin that I will print onto the actual printer bed and be able to align my pieces to it. And then once I've aligned my pieces, I can print the final design, which is the coloring for the pumpkin. This will all be printed on the UV printer, both front and back. You'll see that I did reflect the design to be able to print on both sides of the material. That way, when they interlock together, everything will be good to go. First up, I'm going to take the actual laser cut file and send it over to my laser. So I can see it on the camera here. I'm going to just move the design so that I can make the most out of my material. For this one, I'm going to be using a vector cut on 1/8 inch wood, or 1/8 inch MDF in this case. So you will see in my settings, I have 20% speed, 100% power, and 20% frequency. I am doing it from the inside out. And I'm going to go ahead, send this over to the laser, and start cutting it. Now that my parts are laser cut, I'm going to go ahead and start the printing process. So the first thing I have to do is print the template onto the machine bed so that I can line up the cutout parts. Let me show you how to do that. So in my printer software, I already have the design loaded into here. Because it is wider than the actual bed, I had to do it lengthwise. What I'm going to do is go ahead and send this over to there. All I did was a normal flat 720 by 900 color print only. It's not going to do any kind of white behind it or anything like that. I just go ahead and hit print, click OK, and the printer will start printing out the outline. Once the template's printed, I'm going to go ahead and line up my cutouts to the prints so that I can make sure the artwork goes on correctly. Now that the parts are on the bed, I'm going to go ahead and print the actual design. So in the software, I just have it set up to a flat 720 by 1200 white plus color, so it'll print a white base first. I already have my design on here. So I'm going to go over to my print setup, and I'm going to just look at my different layers. So I have white on the first layer, color on the second. I'm actually going to put a clear layer on just so it's nice and protected. Click OK. I'm just going to go ahead and print this and send it over to the machine. All right, they're done printing, so I'm just gonna pull them off. Here we go, they are printed on both sides. Let's put it together. I have the two pieces made, so the next thing to do is just interlock them together. Like so. And here we have the finished pumpkin. So you see as I rotate it, it still looks the same on every side. That's the way it was designed to be. But there's a hidden feature. Let's check it out. Here we have the pumpkin sitting on top of a few coasters. And now it's time for the hidden feature. If you shine some light through the front of it, you can actually project this pretty large onto the wall or onto, say, your front door or your garage, whatever it might be. It's a pretty cool feature. That's going to do it for this project. Hopefully you've enjoyed the custom UV printed and laser cut pumpkin. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you'd give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you know when I come out with new videos. And be sure to check out my Instagram @MakerExperiment where I share projects along the way. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.